to be made. And this minister had his radio on, and he was hearing the return from the conference. And that is when Mussolini or Hitler and them was making such great progress. And while he was listening with all of this, with all that was in him, to hear, to see what would be the outcome, what they had decided to do, some fellow knocked on the door, and he went to the door, and there stood a man with a pile of paper under his arm, some kit, long hair down his neck, and some kind of overall full down on his hip, like a modern beatnik. He said, "Say, preacher, you are the pastor of this church here. You have a great influence in this city." Say, "I am. I am a rider of boys." Say, "I want you to come down and give me a recommendation so I can get my poetry out." And this minister said, "Son, step in just a moment. I'm trying to hear the results of this conference to see about our nation, see what they have decided to do." And he said, "Would you come in and sit down till this is over?" Or he said, "This is more important than listening to that." Amen. The fellow said, "This is more important than listening to that." Amen. And listening to the progress of the world. And here is something interesting than that. Amen. For to a person, if we are real Americans, there is nothing more important than to hear a conference like that, to see where we stand. That is the way people act tonight about the church. They get out here and run around and carry on with the world, and they haven't got time to go to church to hear or to say in a conference and hear the gospel being preached. Amen. That's not easy. Amen. You're right.
Napata watu leo
Matingena cha watu yetu.
hawana hata kuleta mkutano.
Matingena cha wakasikia mbichi.
Hawana hata wahubiriwe.
Amen. Lakini tinyacha kabisa kwa shughulika niko.
Lakini wako na hata wateje washughulikie mambo yao.
Kushughulika mara kia mara kukasikia mwangu
kushughulikia mambo yao, wengine kusikiza
go to hear the gospel.
Kuliko kwenda kusikiza
kama jijiko sipoi.
Huyu mtu alikuwa akitaka kuandika
commit the preacher, the preacher what is going on in the country.
Lakini huyu mhubiri alikuwa sikiliza yale ambayo yanaendelea ulimwenguni.
Is here in the Big Four conference.
Anasikia kuhusu mkutano wa mataifa makuu wanne.
Amen. But you know, God as a conference too. When there is a Christian moment, time happens. Some great agents. And the church is in the state of emergency. God calls a conference. Amen. Amen. So me emergency kanisa.
Amen. Kuna emergency kanisani kama Lazaro.
Amen.
Kanisani.
Imagine. Hao mara abena kule.
Mpenda alikuwa hata nyinyi ambao mnaiba